Good morning, everyone. Stop scrolling because you might need this message. Have you ever been forced to hold yourself accountable as a child, as an adult? Um, have you ever been forced to hold yourself accountable in any situation? I know that some of us have not. And I know that because when you're not forced to hold yourself accountable, you naturally have a victim mindset. You lack to understand the role that you played in the situation or circumstance that led you to your heartbreak or your heartache. Um, this is big, y'all. This is big. This is where the healing starts when you start to hold yourself accountable. I'm not saying it's all right. I'm not saying that what you went through was okay. By no means. Nobody is put here to hurt anybody. Um, but what I am saying is, until you start to understand what it was about this other person or this situation that you freely entered into, um, you won't understand what it is within yourself that attracts that. So that is like key. That is very important in your healing process. Okay. Understanding your role in that situation. Okay. Again, by no means am I saying anything that anybody has gone through is okay, because it's not. We would like to live in this bubble or peaceful environment where we never have to worry about anyone harming, hurting, manipulating, whatever. We would like to live in that space. But unfortunately, we don't. So we have to gain understanding to what it is that we possess inside of us that is attracting these negative situations before we can start to gain those healthy relationships. We do. And that starts with holding yourself accountable. How do you do that? Okay. Everything is by choice. Well, majority of things. Unfortunately, there are situations where you're forced into things. That's another story. But um, you choose these situations. You ask yourself why. It could be a broken situation. It could be a broken relationship. It could be dealing with somebody that has so much trauma that they don't know how to love you. Well, that in turn could be why you're dealing with this person. You yourself could be dealing with trauma. You yourself could be lacking that self love. Um, but, moral to the story, in a nutshell, we have to work on holding ourselves accountable. We have to. As hard as it may be, we can't always place the blame on somebody else because it is honestly nobody's job to take care of your heart. It's your job to take care of your heart. It is. Yes, we do want to go into these relationships with the understanding that I can be vulnerable and I will not be hurt. But there's gray area. There's always going to be a one off. Um, what better way to protect yourself from that heartache, headache, that toxicity? Um, you be responsible for your own heart. It's the only way around it. Accountability. It's important. We need to work on that. I I I challenge you today to think of a situation, a relationship, um, where you may have been hurt, um, and I want you to not place the blame on the person in this situation, just for this purpose. And I want you to think about the things that you may have contributed to your own heartache, meaning um, red flags that you may have ignored, um, you know, uh, benefit of the doubt that you may have given, knowing that it shouldn't have been extended. Um, I want you to sit back and think about that. And then you start to understand how you can begin to heal. Because until we can hold ourselves accountable, y'all, um, the healing won't the healing won't start. It won't. Because you got to know what you did wrong so that you don't do it again. Simple. And you might not. But you do have to understand the role that you played in your own heartache. Have a good day, y'all.